HOA Karen's antics didn't stop at pool parties. One morning, I discovered something that made my eyebrows shoot straight up. She had installed spike strips on my private farm road. Apparently, in her mind, she was the self-appointed traffic authority of my ranch. Cars, trucks, and even my trusty ATV were now facing the peril of rubber-puncturing doom. I received a frantic call from a neighbor who had been visiting, describing how their tires squealed in terror. I calmly grabbed my keys, drove down the driveway, and found Karen standing proudly beside the jagged spikes, smiling as if she had single-handedly saved the community from a non-existent threat. "Karen," I said politely, "what on earth do you think you're doing?" "This is for safety," she declared, pointing at the spikes. "No vehicle should be speeding through our community roads." I knelt, touched one of the spikes, and then smiled. "These are on my private property," I said. "And by the way, I have cameras, sensors, and warning signs that clearly mark my boundaries. You've just created a lawsuit waiting to happen. For yourself." Her face turned a shade of crimson that even my cows seemed to notice. Speaking of cows, my herd, curious about the commotion, had slowly wandered over to inspect the intruder. Their low, rumbling moos were oddly intimidating, almost as if they were silently judging Karen for her audacity. She shifted nervously. I made a call to my attorney, who promptly informed her HOA that her safety measures were illegal, trespassing, and potentially dangerous. Not only had she endangered visitors, but she had also set herself up for legal trouble she couldn't even imagine. Karen attempted to argue, waving her HOA handbook, but the officer on the phone politely reminded her that HOA rules do not override private property law. By the time the legal notice was served, Karen had already tried to remove the spikes herself, only to get mildly injured when one of her own shoes caught in them. I couldn't help but chuckle from a safe distance, watching her limp away while muttering incoherent threats. I immediately had the spikes removed professionally and replaced the area with reinforced fencing and a warning gate that only authorized vehicles could pass. My ATV, equipped with advanced sensors, could now detect intruders like Karen from a mile away, rendering any future safety interventions moot. Later that afternoon, I walked along the now spike-free road, enjoying the quiet and watching my cows graze in peace. Karen would think twice before attempting another stunt, especially now that her actions had legal consequences looming overhead. The ranch remained mine, untouchable, and fully prepared for any future HOA Karen attempts. And as the sun set behind the hills, I couldn't help but smile. Another day, another failed intrusion by the self-proclaimed queen of overreach.